Alright lads, my name is the Meta Goblin. Today we are talking about how a Harry Potter role-playing game would work, how it would function, and whether it could function or not, I guess. So I think there is a lot of demand for this. People want their own kind of Harry Potter experiences, why websites exist like Pottermore. Obviously the issue with Pottermore is that it's quite restrictive, it's not exactly as good as Skyrim. So I don't understand why, personally, why this kind of thing hasn't been done, but we're going to talk about the possibilities of it. It might happen because Harry Potter is coming back to the world with these new films. There's going to be 3 new films, so the popularity, the demand for Harry Potter may come back. But anyway, we're just going to theorize about how a certain game like that would function. I mean, I think a lot of people want their own kind of Harry Potter experience. They want to go into Hogwarts, they want to be selected into a house, they want to learn all the classes there is to learn, and have their own kind of story. Whether it could follow the story of the books, the story of the books could be there. Perhaps you are, apart from, like, there could be Harry, Hermione and Ron, and then you could be an extra person added onto the friends group, and you could be also in any house and still do that. Obviously this kind of game, it would have to function more like Dragon Age or Fable, where there is side quests, but the freedom is kind of like a little bit restricted. I don't think it's much of a problem. This game couldn't be Skyrim, really, could it? Because you have obviously have a certain kind of story. You've got to progress through the years at school, so perhaps there's a certain amount of quests in year 1. If you don't complete them all, that's fine. You can go back and replay them later, maybe, in a different character. But like when you get into year 2, things get different. When you go into year 3, things get different again. You could it could actually be Harry Potter in the game. I don't think people really want that, because obviously that would restrict you to going into Gryffindor, restrict you to a certain story. But I mean, I wouldn't complain if that happened. I still wouldn't probably complain, because I want this kind of game to happen so much. You could even set the game outside of Hogwarts, but I mean, come on, we've got to go to Hogwarts. Perhaps, like, there could be a DLC that when you graduate from Hogwarts, you kind of have a profession and there's like a new landmass that you out there to explore or something. But yeah, they could set it like you are, you could be an Auror, you could be a school teacher. They could make it a bit more like that. So let's talk about how the gameplay, like what would there actually be to do in a game like this. I was thinking, obviously you're going to have a main storyline that you have to follow with certain people to defeat and all that kind of thing. But I was thinking, to progress into the next year, you actually do have to pass certain exams, and you have to go into classes, and you have to learn things. I don't know how that would be implemented in a fun way, but it could definitely be done. So you'd be learning how to use certain spells, learning the theory of, I don't know, monsters and herbology and all that kind of thing. I think a lot of people want to just go in. That's what people want, is if they don't want to go to a fucking normal school, they want to go to Hogwarts. Someone who's just texting me, distracting me from fucking making my videos. And if that's what people want to do. I mean, the world of Harry Potter is just so, it's so enthralling and immersive, and people just want that kind of experience. I was also thinking there would be random encounters around school. Obviously Hogwarts would have to be like massively open. Well, I couldn't call it open world, open Hogwarts, I guess. There shouldn't be like any restrictions or anything like that. You should be able to go and fully explore Hogwarts, and perhaps more of it unlocks as you progress through the years. I was thinking, like, randomly you go around the school and some, you've made enemies with like some certain kids and they want to duel you. So it would be like, you go around school, you duel kids, you see other students getting bullied by other students, and you go and help them out, and you get, I don't know, maybe there could be like some kind of morale functioning thing like there is in Star Wars Knights of the Republic and those kind of games. What other games does that as well? Or Mass Effect, you could be good at evil, whether you can, you could become like a dark wizard, or you could become a good wizard kind of thing. You could join the Order of Phoenix, or you could join the Death Eaters. I think that would definitely be cool. I was also thinking, you can't just go around killing students all day, not killing or dueling. I was thinking there should be side quests to go and help Hagrid out in the Forbidden Forest, so you can go into the Forbidden Forest. Perhaps he has certain jobs to do. Perhaps there's opportunities to kill werewolves and other kind of monsters and big spiders and shit. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, as you get into year 3, I think Hogsmeade should be unlocked, so like another landmass that you can go and explore with other quests and stuff. The Triwizard Tournament should definitely come into your year 4, and you should be a contestant in it. Definitely, if that would offer a bit more, something a bit more interesting than just dueling students. you know, fighting dragons and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. There should be Quidditch as well, but it should be an option, like whether you want to be a Quidditch player or not. Perhaps you know, you're simply not good enough at Quidditch and you fail the trials and you don't get in. I mean, it could be like that, or you could be like proper pro Quidditch player. There should be also temporal places to explore, like a good example of this is in Knights of the Old Republic 2, where you're following the story and then you go into certain areas that you can't go into like normally. So it's kind of like following the story, and it is kind of restricted. But I'm thinking perhaps, you know, on school holidays you go to the Burrow, you go to Grimwald Place, you know, Sirius Black's house. I can't remember the precise name of it. Or you simply go around London and, you know, doing something in London. Perhaps there's quests doing London, or the Quidditch World Cup. Perhaps you can go in and experience that as well. I mean, really, the possibilities are quite limitless. Obviously, in the old games, old Harry Potter games, really it's all about, you know, it's more like they were like platformer mini games, and that's pretty much it. It's just, and then there was like some kind of like normal combat, kind of wizard dueling going on now and again in the games, but really it was just about, it's more of a childish game because it's just a platformer. I'm not saying platformers are just for children, but, you know, really, it would be interesting if they took it to the next level and made the game a bit more interesting, a bit more complicated, and, you know, a bit more of a fully developed game, you know. And then obviously an RPG, there'd be definitely a lot of demand for it. I think, you know, so many people want this, but they didn't do it. They just released games that followed the films, and that's all they've done to cash in. I think if they did something like this, they'd definitely cash in quite a lot. But I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Tell me in the comment section what you think about how a game like this would actually work. My name is the Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.